is designed to show you how to use layers and dimensions in a USPSA stage. Sometimes when we're designing a stage that's going to be set up by other people or maybe a little complicated, we want to be able to put in our Sketchup outline how far targets and props are supposed to be from each other, but that's not necessary to incorporate into the stage briefing that the shooters are going to rely on when they get ready to shoot the course of fire. So I like to do that through the layers function of the SketchUp. So we start with going to Windows, and we can see the layers command. So we'll click on layers, and we see that there's two layers already here. The primary one is this one called walls and fault lines. We're going to create a third layer, clicking the plus sign, which I'm going to call dimensions. And hit return. So we can see we have the target and dimensions. Both are visible, but because we are going to work on the dimensions layer, we're going to click dimensions. So now the dimensions layer is active. Now we're going to come over to tools and click the dimensions command. Go over to my first target, get my purple dot, click and release. Come over here, click and release, and pull down and release. So you can see I have my dimension. That's the actual dimension between the targets. If I wanted to print this screen now, that would show, but at the point I don't want to print that, I can back up to this layer. I unclick visible, and it now disappears. And it appears. Also, you can tell that this has given us the actual true dimension, but when we're setting up a USPSA stage, it's not necessary to be quite so precise. So I come over here and double click, and I enter 4 feet. That actually overrides the true dimensions, might make it a little more simple for the build crew to put this together. And that is how dimensions and layers work in a USPSA stage.